Hey y'all, today I just wanted to talk about deep freeze. When I was a wee lad, there was this magical gaming website called Miniclip, and I used to spend hours playing video games on that, free flash games on that website when I was a little kid. While technically Miniclip still exists, it's a shell of what it used to be, at least in my opinion. The website used to have hundreds of games back in its heyday, but now the website really only has a handful of games. Miniclip was filled to the brim with creative games made by various developers, and one of the games that I have fond memories of playing as a kid was Deep Freeze. Now, Deep Freeze is a Christmas-themed flash game, originally published in 2006. You play as Santa, armed with a magical water gun, and I know that sounds really silly, but that's actually how it is. Now, this isn't the easiest game in the world. Recently, when I was playing through the game to record for this video, it took me about 4 tries to properly beat the game. While you do have a health bar, once your health is completely depleted, you get a game over and you have to retry the game all the way back to the very beginning. It's a little bit frustrating, but since you can beat the game in one play within like 15 to 20 minutes, it's really not that big a deal. Now for me, there's usually a marker for like whether something has good quality when it comes to any piece of media. So that could be a movie or a game or a book. It could really be anything. So for me, one of the defining markers of what makes a good game or a movie or book is if I find myself thinking of that thing years after having experienced it. Because clearly, if I'm thinking of a game years after having experienced it, clearly there's some sort of spark of quality or enjoyability to that thing. And this tells me that this game has something worth experiencing, at least in my opinion. So one of the things that I think of immediately when it comes to this game is the music. Now, when I was looking for this game's music, I found the tracks on YouTube, and I felt validated by some of the comments that were in the comment section of those videos. There was comments like, "This music has been living rent-free in my mind for years," and stuff like, "This is the sound of my childhood." So for me, I felt validated, and funnily enough, on occasion, the songs for the first few levels of this game, even now they get stuck in my head at random times. The music overall is pretty pleasant, it's pretty catchy. The songs have a cheery, Christmassy vibe to them. And since Christmas is such a happy time for most of us, I can imagine the music would put most people in a good mood. So at least for me, I certainly get put in a good mood when I hear this music. Honestly, like even while working on this video, I was listening to the songs for the first few levels and I had those songs on loop, on repeat, and I don't know if that says anything about me, but I just really enjoy the music in this game. So the goal of this game is to run through about 20 levels playing as Santa. You're armed with a magical ice gun, and you can shoot ice water at the enemies to freeze them. Once the enemies are completely frozen, they turn into an ice ball, and you can kick them as an ice ball so that they can careen through the level and demolish any enemies that get in their way. The gameplay is fairly simple and straightforward. You're really just trying to defeat all of the enemies, avoid taking damage, and try your best to collect as many power-ups as you can. There are about 3 power-ups, one that increases the range of your weapon, one that makes your weapon more powerful, and one that increases your speed. And the goal really is to pick up and attain these power-ups as soon as you can. However, if you take damage, you lose these power-ups and you will have to regain them. This gives the player a nice incentive to avoid taking damage and to play as efficiently as possible to ensure that you get to the end of the game. Overall, I would say Deep Freeze is a pleasant and fun time. I originally played this game years ago on Miniclip, probably in the 2010s, and I revisited the game a few years ago in about 2022. And once again, I'm revisiting this game in 2026. If you haven't played this game before, I would encourage y'all to experience this game yourself. But even if you have played this game before, I think it's still worth revisiting from time to time. Some of the goals that I have for my channel is to talk about fun and worthwhile games, particularly from my childhood. I'm also working on compiling as many fun and free online games as I can into a playlist in order to spread awareness of these fun and free games. With games becoming increasingly expensive, I wanted to supplement y'all's collections with these cool free games from the past. Older gamers who are aware of these games can revisit these experiences, while younger gamers can become aware of some worthwhile gems from the past. If you're interested in playing Deep Freeze for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can check it out. So that's what I've got for Deep Freeze. Thank you for being here, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you feel so inclined, please drop a like, leave a comment, or subscribe. All of those things help my algorithm, helps my channel to grow. And don't forget that, if you have any YouTubers that you appreciate, especially the smaller ones, please do that for them as well, because it helps them out as well, and I'm sure they would appreciate it. But again, thank you for being here, thank you for watching. Y'all have an excellent day, and I will see you all later. Take care.